But I'm also just glad to be able to watch Tigers baseball games again next year because I don't know if you saw, I'm sure you did. Shep is finally out as the commentator for the Detroit Tigers. And, don't hate the guy. He clearly loved Tigers baseball. And for that, I've got respect for him because my passion for Tigers baseball is, up there with anything. But just he made some games unwatchable, man. He just did. And so I'm glad that whoever they get, I'm sure will do a better job than he did.
Yeah, I'm right with you, man. Like there were many games where it's kind of sad. When we grew up with Mario and Pemba and Rod Allen, like,
We didn't realize how
you
good we
know,
had it, man.
Matt Shepard is not him. Um, so yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the guy. Like, yeah, I,
Yeah,
I
for
agree with
sure.
you. I think he clearly loved the city and this team. And I think, going forward, he probably still will have, a soft spot for Tigers baseball. But I do agree. I think whoever they bring in will probably be a bit of an upgrade. The biggest issue I think he had was just uh, his inability to recognize, you know,
Fly balls.
fly, no doubter home runs, thinking that they
Yep.
were, pop ups in the infield or vice versa.
Yep.
It kind of ruins a couple of the moments when Torque is hitting no doubters into the second deck in Minnesota, and Shep's trying to figure out if the ball went over the fence or not. But
For sure.
like you said, I don't hate the guy. I am excited to see what move they make. If I'm them, I'm figuring out how I get Dan Dickerson off the radio and over to the
Yep.
TV booth. I don't know if you did see, apparently Mario and Pemba was getting a ton of uh, was being tweeted at by a ton of Tigers fans, so much so that he had to come out and tweet like, I really appreciate the support, but that part of my life is over. So that was, a couple of Tigers fans were a little unhappy about that. Their world came, crashing down. But I think, yeah, if I'm them, I'm looking at Dan Dickerson and hoping that he moves over. But I think
100%.
I think pretty much anyone's going to be an upgrade at this point. So
Yeah. If they do get Dan Dickerson, then that'll take the experience to a whole nother level. Because I mean, he's one of the best radio booth guys that there are and have been. His voice is so iconic. His calls are amazing. I mean, I don't even listen to the Tigers radio games, but then I will go back after the fact and listen to his calls because it's
yeah,
like, oh, that's what it could have been like if we actually had good people in the booth. Like that would
yeah,
have been pretty exciting. So yeah, I'm absolutely, if I'm the Tigers, throwing the bag at him, trying to get him to come over to TV. But he obviously has his heart set on radio. So I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll finally make that move. But for now, it's just fingers crossed.